Alright guys, so I thought I would do a quick video on my the films of Sion Sono, the ones that I own. There's a few DVDs here, some of them are quite hard to get hold of, and a few Blu-rays as well, mostly off Third Window films. First one is very different for him. XT, their extensions. This is kind of his piss take of the Japanese horror genre, where they feature loads of hair and stuff. Next is Strange Circus, which someone sent to me. This is very hard to get hold of now. This is probably one of his most weird and obscure films that just twists and turns in all kinds of directions. Come on, focus, you fucking idiot, fucking moron. Go on. Yeah. I've only seen it once, but with a lot of his films, you need to watch them again. Personal favourite of his so far, Noriko's Dinner Table. I really love this film. It really pulls you into the mind of reincarnation, and it's kind of meant to be a companion piece to Suicide Club, or Suicide Circle, which we have here. It's a great film. It's more or less like the first. What I love about Sion Sono is that his films. They pull you into a certain direction, and then all of a sudden there's like a couple of different films within the film, which tends to fuck with your head quite a little bit, because you forget what you're watching normally. A good example of that is David Cronenberg. He does it a lot, like for example with Videodrome. You're watching one film, then all of a sudden, he pulls you into a completely different type of film altogether. And Sion Sono does that quite a lot in a lot of his films, and that's what I like so much about them. Next up is Himazu, which I have not yet seen. Haven't seen this one yet. I'm still waiting for the right time. Next one is, I think this is part of what he calls. This is part of what he calls as the Hate Trilogy. This is Cold Fish. Again, this is another film that pulls you into all kinds of. It kind of gives you a false sense of security, and then suddenly hits you bang right on the head. And this just becomes brutal as hell. I think that's probably what makes it so disturbing. This is another personal favourite, Guilty of Romance. It has a similar thing, but in a way it's kind of like a sense of build-up, because you kind of sense that there's something very wrong about to happen. It's about a regular Japanese housewife who becomes a porn star, and then takes it a step further and becomes a prostitute, and all kinds of weird fucking crazy things happen. This is like Hitchcock on acid, That's probably the best way to explain it. Love Exposure, which I watched. That's from a visit I watched which was absolutely amazing. About 4 hours or so. This is a film that really pulls you into so many different directions in the narrative. You go back, and then you see things from a different perspective, from different characters' point of view. 4 hours long, it never gets boring. It's one of the best films I've seen in years. This is absolutely fantastic. Love Exposure. And lastly, it seems like he's getting a little bit chilled out now. Is Land of Hope. Which compared to his first film, Suicide Club, goes from Land of Hope. So there's quite a jump there. I've not yet seen this, but I have heard it's meant to be very heart-tugging. It's obviously more of a drama kind of thing, but I'm sure it's going to be different from coming from Sion Sono. So that's basically it. I'll just go through it again. Land of Hope, Love Exposure, Guilty of Romance, Cold Fish, Imizu. These are the DVD Suicide Club. Noriko's Dinner Table. Strange Circus. And Hair Extensions. Again, Hair Extensions is another film that has kind of like a film within a film, where yeah, it's a horror film about hair extensions coming back to life and killing people, but he always includes a lot of subplots, and one of the subplots in Hair Extensions is between a woman, a child a girl who was in Kill Bill, can't remember her name, um, had an abortion, and she feels guilty about having an abortion, and she's got a friend who treats her daughter like absolute shit. So she develops a very close relationship um, with her bitch of a friend's daughter, and it's like they become sisters, and that's what gives her that extra bit of um, really makes you care a great deal more about the characters. But that's what Sion Sono does. He includes so many subplots in his films. Strange Circus is the one that has the most amount of subplots of his I've seen. It's insane the directions it goes in. It really is mad. He's pretty much one of the best kind of Japanese film directors around at the moment. His films are very interesting. Um, I used to be a big fan of David Lynch and David Cronenberg and a lot of other directors that have this ability. Like for example, David Lynch, pulls you into this one film, then suddenly you're watching a different film, but somehow it works. They've kind of lost their touch, but Sion Sono is still going strong, so that's why I like him so much. So I'm going to cut this short now, guys, because it's a bit too long. And thanks for watching. Do the usual, like, dislike, comment, rate, subscribe. Leave comments of all kinds. I don't fucking give a shit. It's just, yeah. That's it. I'll see you later, guys. Bye.